Much like Big U, you've kind of gone into detail about a variety of situations that a lot of people are conflating with extortion at this point.
What do you mean by that? What you mean?
You basically said in the past that Oscar De La Hoya was paying to not have his nude photos or zesty photos released.
Stop right there.
It's been said that you were talking to Nipsey's family about the gay tapes of him not coming out. I don't know if there's money involved in that. It's been suggested that maybe Kim Kardashian at one point or Kanye, that they were doing stuff for you so that you didn't release more sex tapes of her.
Okay. Now, let's start with the first one.
And when academics kind of tried to bring up some of this stuff on the podcast, you got very irate and you were really kind of screaming at it.
Because y'all dumb.
See, right there.
You're a dummy too. I got to call you a dummy.
Okay.
But we're going to Kanye next, right?
Sure.
This started on Bootleg Cab, did it not?
I don't remember.
Bootleg Cab said, what's up with these extra tapes I've been hearing about? I said, yeah, it's a couple extra tapes. He like, what you gonna do with them? I said, we would never do anything with them but give them to Kanye. That's what was said, right?
Okay.
You can pull it up, right? So guess who calls me?
The Kardashians.
Kanye.
Or Kanye, okay.
Wack, what up, bro? Man, I seen boom, boom, boom. Yeah, is that real? Yeah. Well, how could I? You said, okay, cool, I'm gonna put you with little bro, y'all, you know. Yeah, send him to the airport. Bro, grabbed it, went to the airport, gave it to him.
Okay.
What do you see? Where's the extortion?
Maybe some of that stuff is above board, but I think that a lot of people are assuming that if you were doing all this type of stuff, then maybe you were also hitting up the food vendors outside of Crenshaw High like Big U.
No, stop right there. What type of stuff have I done? Everything I just laid out to you was either it was a business deal or it was a man keeping his word and just saying, here.
But you realize most people don't monetize their life in such a way. I'm not saying that there's anything inherently illegal about it, but most people don't obtain sex tapes and then profit off of not releasing them, lawyers or otherwise.
No, the profit came after the initial release. That shit been out since like 03.
Which, the sex tapes?
04, yeah.
Well, the original one, yeah. But you supposedly had more.
Yeah, but again, and then Kanye went on a show and delivered the drive. Has anything ever come out?
Not yet, but Kim K's an op now, right?
She ain't my op. She ain't ever did nothing.
No, she's Kanye's op, and you're Kanye's homie, right?
Well, that has nothing. That's his ex-wife, bro. That's the mother of his kids. But if you look at the Bootleg Cab show when he asked me about it.
He seems very upset with her.
No, when you asked me about it, he said, bro, what y'all can make, so I said, we would never do that, bro. Like, and at this time, I wasn't even, I knew Ye, we talked time to time, right? It wasn't no, like, that's my partner at this time, right? I said, just sitting over in the safe. Like, we ain't got no, he got kids by her. Like, on some real shit, we'll just give it to him. You wouldn't, absolutely not. Like, he asked me that on the show.
Okay.
So Ye called my phone. That nigga called me. Right? Hey, boom, boom, boom. I said, yeah. He said, I seen it. That's real? I said, yeah. I said, how could I get it? I said, I just had a little bro bring it to you because I don't want to have that discussion with him because that's his, you know what I'm saying? That was his wife.
So there was never a time where Big U said to you, hey, this weed shop, they owe me 20 grand. Can you go grab it?
I never did that type of business with him. I'm going to be real. I've never, ever seen him personally. I've never seen him take nothing from nobody.
Okay.
I got a lot of people that's close friends of mine that I may see once every 6-7 months.
Right.
I don't run with nobody every day. No human being do I run with every day.
You were doing your own business with him.
I had my trucking business going on, my music business going on, my real estate business going on. Y'all got to remember, we was trying to bring him into the fold to help him find a lane for him.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That's all that was. We was positioning the table, different Crips, Bloods, of Power Rules from different sections, right, that we feel could be a voice, a prominent voice on the West Coast who wanted to be part of the music industry. Those of us that had certain plugs and connections, right?
So you were trying to bring him more above board.
That was our only movement. The Nipsey Hussle business, Gang spoke on that on Vlad.
You can extort a drug dealer because they can't really go to the cops in the same way. You know, like people always kind of assume that like No Jumper has been extorted, but nobody's going to come to us and try to extort us.
Somebody asked me that last night.
Because what am I going to do? I'm going to call the cops.
Somebody asked me that.
Quickly, your whole operation's going to fall apart.
First of all, let's be real. Unlike a marijuana shop, there's no money on hand here.
That too, yeah.
Your money comes from
cash helps.
Yeah, dog. So there's not like so.
The Bible says a male shall not lie with a male as with a woman, and everything will be exposed. Also, I'm a prophet like Jesus.
The only man in the world who can do handstand push-ups with his fist.
Roger. Tell these
King Gus.
Subscribe to the Prophet channel.
Oh, I got you.